All right, it is Tuesday, April 28th at 3:58 p.m. And today is my last day at my wife's law school for it is my last day at my wife's law school for a little bit because she is going on break. What? What? um, at her law school, towards the end of the semester, they actually start working from home. That way they can study for finals and stuff. So lucky me, I don't have to be in the car for a couple weeks until summer. Um, I get to get some homework done, still doing my access class. So it feels good. Feels good to be able to go home and not have to be stuck in the car doing my duties, husbandly duties. um, I mean, I do enjoy taking my wife to school. It is kind of like our own little personal time to hang out and stuff like that. But I do get tired of being in the car for hours on end. Yeah, it does suck sometimes, but for the most part, it's not too bad. Um, Still have these fosters, still have these little foster kittens that I love so much, and I don't want to take back. I already have 4 cats, so I can't adopt these two. This is the runt of the litter. She's the small one compared to the other one, the boy, and she's just so adorable and loving. She loves my wife so much. She follows her around. She chases her when she comes in the room, and it's freaking adorable. But my semester's almost over as well. Just a little bit past midterms. And what is it? April, May, June. Probably I did one midterm. Gonna do my other midterm soon. But I guess the main thing I wanted to talk about today is that, one of the things about being an older student and going back to college is that, you know, in your late 30s, the students that are coming into community college are fresh out of high school and they look freaking young. Like it's so different. It's so crazy. Like today, I went to school today to go to the bookstore or whatever, and I needed to use one of my EOPS vouchers and book voucher or whatever because it was going to go away. I didn't use a lot of it, most of it this semester, so I had to use the rest of it before it expired, and it doesn't carry over to the next semester. So um, I had to go to the bookstore, and I got a couple books for my future classes, a geology book, and then a anthropology book, and a couple sweaters, a sweater for myself and a sweater for my wife, and then she got some stationery, whatever that she needed. And we got there, and it was a career fair, so today it was like super packed. It's normally not this packed, but today there was an event, so majority of the students were on campus. And it's just crazy because like recently was the rise of the Edgar. It was the rise of the Edgar in, junior high and high school. And I watched this, the style, like, just get bigger and bigger throughout the past couple years. And, now it's like really popular or whatever, these little Edgar kids. And it's just blows my mind because like now all those kids that were in junior high and high school, they're all graduating and they're starting to flow into the junior colleges and the other, the UCs and stuff or whatever. But I went to school, and then like I seen all these kids with that new style or whatever, and I was just tripping out because it's just weird. It's just freaking weird. Like, these kids are, I mean, I'm not that old, but had kids young. So my wife had kids young as well. So our kids are about as old as these kids coming into college right now. So, I mean, these kids can be our kids. Like, they're the age of our kids. And it just, I mean, I do feel kind of old. I do feel kind of old being at school and seeing these young kids and this new generation going into college or whatever, like this whole new style, new genre and stuff. The little Edgar kids coming in, the little broccoli head kids and stuff. And it is kind of weird. I did feel kind of weird for the first time in a while going to school. Like, I haven't felt this weird or this old in a pretty much the entire 5 years that I've been back in college. And a lot of these classes that I'm taking, it's just one or two here and there. One maybe per semester or two per semester, and they're usually online. Most of my classes I've been able to do online. There was a couple classes that I did have to take in person, and that was kind of weird as well because, like I said, all the kids in the class were pretty young. It was a math class. And French, I took French in person, and luckily, since it's a language, there was a lot of older students, my age and older, in that class, so it wasn't as bad. I felt more comfortable in there. And but every other class, you know, you just feel super old. Oh, except for IT classes. Language classes and IT classes. IT is more of like a I'm going to switch careers. I'm going to, you know, pursue IT, get out of whatever job I'm in and go pursue IT. So I did have a lot of older students in the IT classes that I was taking. Took a couple IT classes or whatever. And those students were older. So that was pretty cool. I didn't feel as weird. I felt more, just felt like, you know, I guess I blended in more. And I'm a big dude. I'm a freaking big dude. So like, I'm 6 foot right now. I'm freaking almost 300 pounds. I'm like 260, 270, something like that. Put on some weight for the holidays or whatever that I'm working on losing. So I'm big. I'm a big dude. And when I walk into a room, people notice me. So it is pretty weird. It is pretty weird being an older student, especially a big dude going back into college and seeing all these kids. Like, it's just, I don't know. Just felt like reflecting on that today because, like I said, I did feel pretty weird. But I do know that once I get into a UC or Pepperdine, that the demographic is a lot older, or not a lot older, but there is more students that are my age and older because there is grad programs and stuff like that. So you don't just see the regular 18 to 25-year-old kids or whatever. You do see people in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s, some even 50s or whatever, doing graduate programs. So that does make me feel a lot better. Doesn't make me feel as awkward. When my wife was going to UCI, I used to take her to some of her classes there too as well. And I used to like jog and stuff around campus while she was in class. And it wasn't as bad, like I said, as community college where the students were super young. You do see, you know, really young students right out of high school, but then, like I said, there is a lot of students that are older and more mature and even as old as I am or older or whatever. So that was like, I felt more comfortable. Felt a lot more comfortable being in the UC system than in the community college system by far. So I can't wait to close this chapter of community college. Like I said in my previous videos, that I've been in community college for years because I only take a class here and there when I can, because I do have a life, I do have a business, I do go to work as well, and like kids activities and all that stuff. So yeah, ready to close this chapter, ready to move on to the next thing. I'm really, I mean, there is an admission guarantee for Pepperdine Business School, and it's an online program. So I'm more than likely going to transfer to Pepperdine and then probably going to have to take on some student debt, hopefully get some scholarships and grants or whatever. They do have merit-based grants that, based on being an older student or whatever, running a business, stuff like that, I should qualify for some of these grants or scholarships. So hopefully that works out so I don't have to get in too much debt. But if not, I may, just pursue anthropology at a UC or whatever. Hopefully a UC. Excuse me, I just ate. But Cal States are an option. Cal State Dominguez is close to where I live. Cal State LA I was already accepted to. Dominguez I was already accepted to because I was supposed to graduate already. Fullerton I was already accepted to. UCI had the guaranteed admission. UCLA I had really strong chances, but I never turned in my update for the UCs because I decided not to graduate and prolong my graduation. Thought I was going to change to IT. Got really discouraged because I didn't want to be in college, in a community college for that much longer. So I just said, screw it. Going back to anthro, gonna graduate ASAP, and then, just reapply or whatever. So not a big deal, but don't let this get you discouraged. If you're going back to school in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or whatever, don't let this get you discouraged. I mean, these kids are there to learn, but they are a little less mature than, what you're used to or whatever. But there's a lot of good kids there. There's a lot of good kids there that are actually there to learn and to, just get better at life. And you can be a mentor. I met a lot of students that were younger students that I did, talk to. And, in a way they looked at me for advice and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. I was able to do that. So, don't get discouraged. Look at it as a positive. Look at it as a way to spread your light, spread your wisdom and stuff like that. Don't try to parent these kids. Don't go in there thinking that you're just better than everybody, because the bottom line is you are just a student just as much as they are. When you get into that classroom, you guys are peers, you are equals. So, I always tell my kids, always remain a student. Always remain a student, and, just learn, just absorb, just be there to absorb, and keep an open mind or whatever. And, you'll do good. You'll do all right. Being older is really not an issue unless you make it an issue. Nobody really cares about my age. That's another thing, is that when I got to school, I thought everybody was going to be like, oh man, look at this old dude or whatever going to school. But nobody cares. Literally nobody cares at all. I mean, everybody's just so into their own world that nobody's really paying attention to you. You're just another person at school. If you're not in their immediate friend group, you don't exist to most of these kids. So, like I said, don't let it get you discouraged. Go to school, level up, get that degree that you always wanted to get, or get that other, that new degree, whatever it is you're going back to school for. But just do it. Just go back to school, finish, get something done, complete something. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about this time, because, like I said, it was really weird going back to school today. So that's my update for today. I will talk to you guys soon.